Hey, we're back here behind our house in actually the very back part of the woods. We've had a trail back here that goes back to the tower.
Yep.
Well, we kind of got that going this spring, but it's really rough.
Yeah, there's a lot of branches and trees in the way.
Yeah, and so there's really hardly enough room, and we're scratching up the Gator, the top of the Gator when we go through it. So we're going to try a couple of approaches here this afternoon. We're going to use this boom mower to get some of the smaller limbs, like some of these behind here. And then for some of the bigger ones, we're going to use a saw, probably that little battery steel. Let's get started.
Awesome.
I think these limbs I'd really like to cut all the way back at the tree, and I could cut them out here with the mower, but I can't cut them close to the tree with the mower. So I'm just going to go back here with this saw and do that. I really don't know what I want to do with the brush. I don't know if I want to leave it back here or if I want to try to come haul it out. I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to leave it back here for today. Boy, this one's in good shape.
Oh my.
It's a dead tree held up by a poison ivy vine. It's been a good while since we've used this boom mower. It's probably not as general purpose as some of the other Ventrac attachments that we have, but for the occasional project, we find that it's about the only tool that we have that'll solve the problem, other than doing it by hand. That's not the case right here, as this is pretty standard mowing. But keep watching. You'll see it do some things that we couldn't do with a regular mower. It's a pretty simple design in one sense. It's state fair season, so everything is supposed to be on a stick, right? So this is really just a sickle bar on a stick. Of course, the stick that I mentioned is a little more complex. We recently did an episode on the Moschio 3-point mounted sickle mower. The actual cutter bar portion of this sickle is similar. It's 39 inches long, and the guards stay fixed. Only the sections move. This is the typical sickle design. The Moschio is unique in that the guards and sections both move, contrary to each other. This bar will cut vertically like this, all the way to 45 degrees below level. We've used that to mow ditch banks in prior episodes. But the sickle itself is not the magic of this mower, it's the big long boom, or as I said, stick. This boom allows you to mow about 12 feet into the air. We're not even nearly as high as we can get in this scene. And we can mow close to the tractor or up to almost 10 feet away from the tire there when we have single wheels on. Since this mower sticks out so far and is so heavy on the front, it significantly reduces Vinny's ability to stay on a slope. They say up to 18 degrees with the dual wheels, but in my experience, it tries to pull you downhill pretty bad. How do you think this is working out, Christy?
Well, I think the Gator will be able to get by easier.
Yeah, I do too.
I do have one question. Back there you had the boom mower kind of down, but you weren't really cutting real close to the ground, and I thought it would be quicker with the tough cut.
Yeah, some brush mower or something. I get what you're saying. Well, I guess I was kind of strategizing for the longer term. You know, this right out here is where all those houses are going to be.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe I really wasn't trying to get rid of all this brush in here. I'd kind of like to leave that wall of brush.
Okay.
I was just trying to trim it back a little bit so we could drive right along the edge here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm thinking that maybe in the longer term we might try to make that trail inside here. This is getting close to the edge of our property line. So,
okay.
But the idea is leave this wall of brush and then make our trail inside of that.
Thinking that houses would gonna be right here.
Yeah, there'll be a house. We'll be in someone's backyard right here.
Wow.
So I thought if I would leave all that brush and kind of leave that wall, and then
Sure,
we can use this for a trail until they start building.
Right.
But then we could build back in there.
Okay.
Build our trail out back in there. And
makes sense.
now we have another kind of bit of strategy going on here. The farmer only planted to here. If we trim this back too good, when he farms it next year, we think it'll be more than a year
right
before they build here. But if we trim it back too good here, he'll say, well, gee, I've got a lot more to plant, and he'll plant way over here.
Right, that's true.
And that will be a little bit difficult for us. So I don't want to trim too high, just high enough to get the Gator through, right?
Okay.
And then if we use that approach, I think they still won't be able to get their tractors and all under there, combines under there. So
yeah, okay.
So, yeah, we're not on our property at this point. Our property line is right over there. We're out on the neighbor's property. This is one thing my dad did not like. When he was farming, he wanted to make sure that along the edge of a woods, he kept that trimmed back.
Sure, because your equipment could come through easier.
They would take that backhoe and they would slap those limbs down way up high so that they could farm as close as they could to that fence row. If you don't, it just keeps growing on you. And this strip here, there'll be little trees grow up here and then they'll lean out, and before you know it, you've lost 50 feet. Okay, get out of my way so we can get started again.
Oh boy.
This is an oak tree here, and its branches seemed really burly and tough. I was really surprised I was able to mow them.
That's not bad. I thought you were going to have to do that with a chainsaw.
I thought I was going to have to saw them too. I was able to get a lot more without the saw than what I expected, and I think that's probably good enough on that.
Yeah, I don't think the Gator top is going to hit now.
I don't either. I think I'll clear these out by hand here.
That's faster than with the chainsaw.
Yeah, it's a good bit faster that way if we can do it. As long as I'm not tearing up the sickle by doing so.
Yeah, what is the rated?
1 inch, I think, is the rated. I think I may have a few sections if I need them.
Does it look like you've damaged any?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But, you know, you could totally break one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like how this is going so far. It's not been hardly any work. It's a very pleasant day.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think as we get on down here, I'm going to have to saw some more. But we can see how it goes. We've got a lot more just on one side leaning out into the field.
I think I'm having to work more than you just to keep up with you.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody, but I like it that way. Most of these in this area are mulberries, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was bigger than 1 inch there, Tim. You're carrying your work with you.
Yeah, I am carrying my work with me. Did you see I got it stuck that one time?
Yeah, I did.
So that's the max it can handle, I guess.
I think that branch is a little bigger than 1 inch.
Yeah. We've never pushed a piece of equipment beyond its ratings, though.
No, never. Not us.
I did get into some wire a few minutes ago.
Uh-oh. Damaged?
No, I can't really tell it. It was woven wire from a fence. I didn't see it, I just heard it.
Sure, there's probably been fence in here before.
Yeah, I think there was fence the whole length at one time, and most of it's gone or pushed way down to where you can't see it.
Right.
I like those limbs left up there because that's going to be discouraging to the farmer. But we can still get under there.
Right. Too big for Vinny?
Well, I think I probably could get a lot of them with Vinny, but I think it might just be quicker to just saw some of those. This is the area where I most needed the work. See, we were actually running out into the beans with the Gator. Don't tell my dad. Doesn't matter whose beans it is. You would never want to run out into the beans. I didn't hurt 40 cents worth of beans, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's the principle.
Yeah.
Well, my worst fear realized.
What's that?
I lost an isotunes.
Uh-oh. So you found it, right? Your isotunes?
I did find it. You know, that's one of the negatives of the free, is if you lose one, it's harder to find.
Yeah.
If you knock it out of your ear, it immediately falls.
I have on the extras, and even if it falls out of your ear, it's just hanging around your neck. I'm glad that thing's light.
Yeah. I knew this area was going to be the worst.
Might have to bring the stump grinder back here.
May have to. May have to bring the grapple back here to get rid of the brush too.
Yeah.
It's a lot more work.
Yeah. I'm just standing back here watching you.
Yeah, you're texting. I can see you.
Yep.
You're not even admiring me working. You're ignoring me. I tell you what.
I watch you all the time.
Suppose I can use it like a bulldozer?
You think you got the stump okay?
Yeah, you can take a look with the camera if you want.
That looks pretty good.
I got the one I sawed and the one came down beside it when it did. I guess it broke off.
Oh, that'll be a lot better.
Yeah, that should help a lot, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then I hit this one sometimes too.
Yep.
Is that enough, or do I need to take this bush down?
Well, that little bush is kind of in the way.
I'm not sure you've ever seen a tree or a bush that you didn't want taken out.
No. Cut her down.
I think that'll help a lot there.
Yeah.
Well, Christy, in addition to this being a project that I've been wanting to work on for a long time, it's kind of a test project for something we have to do very soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we got contacted by the local Rails to Trails organization.
Ah, I remember you telling me that now.
Yeah, and they have, well, I mean, they've got the trail all cleared and it's even kind of paved. We'll show you this in a later episode. They've got a bunch of limbs hanging in over the top.
Okay.
And I've been trying to figure out exactly how we were going to solve that.
Like which attachment?
Which attachment. So now that I've seen how well Vinny can work with the limbs like that, I've been a little more aggressive with it. I think maybe this is one of the tools we'll take. It looks to me like I'm going to have somebody walk along with me to clean up that brush. Either that or we're going to have a tractor and grapple right behind.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
What do you think of what we're doing here?
I think I like it. I noticed that this is a lot easier for you than getting off with the chainsaw.
I don't breathe near as hard when I'm doing this as I do the chainsaw, but
At least the chainsaw is lightweight.
I do wish I had a grapple or something so that, you know, like you could drive the grapple or something right along behind me and get a hold of that brush and get it out of the way.
I could have brought the 1025R back here, I guess.
I think I need a bulldozer blade on the front of this mower.
You were trying to use it like a bulldozer.
I was trying to. Hey, this has been something we've been wanting to work on. I don't think this is the final solution here. We got that brush cleaned out under there like you can see. I think I may want to take a power rake on some of it and try to level it up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
See if we can get it to where it's easier to walk. And I don't know if we want to try to put some sort of surface on it to keep the weeds from growing up as bad, or if we're just going to have to get it to where we can run a finish mower over it and make it a part of our weekly mowing. Hey, if you guys got ideas, leave them in the comments below. We're right back by the tower. The tower is only about 100 feet away from where the camera location is. The idea is for us to get a little walking trail back through our woods, back to the tower, maybe around the tower a ways, and so we can kind of enjoy the nature aspect behind our house.
We need to walk off the COVID weight.
Now, let me state this again. This is so we can have a little trail where we can ride Allie the Gator in the air conditioning back through to enjoy the nature behind our property.
No, 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 no. Walk. You can ride sometimes.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it except for having to work by hand. I didn't like that part.
Oh, you like that little chainsaw.
I do like a little chainsaw. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. Where are you, kitties? Come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on. Come on up here. How about up there?
Okay.
I don't think they're
Come
going to
on,
stay.
Where are you going, Martha?
Our cats deserted us.